Good day, YouTube. I think it's like the 16th of September 2020, and this is a Cobra 21 LTD CB radio that I want to put in my 93 Geo Tracker. And this is my dirty 93 Geo Tracker. Our whole state's on fire and the ash is crazy. You can't keep a rig clean around here. Pretty dusty. And I'll show you inside is fairly compact actually. So finding a decent place to mount them is tough. So no real room between the seats. There's really no space like under the dash, and if you could, I wouldn't be able to see it anyway. I hate things on the dash, so I'm not going to do that. I'll show you what I do have in mind. So again, no real room. You might be able to throw it on the side of the console or something. I don't really want to do that. I had a Datsun pickup my last year of high school and for many years after. And I built one overhead. So this is just above the rear view mirror. And you can see I took a couple of screws out right there. I'm not sure what that mounting spot was for. Possibly a mirror that isn't glass mounted or something. This is a convertible with a fiberglass hard top on it that is removable. And I pull it off all the time, so can't mount anything like to the top. But I can build a custom bracket to mount right there and mount the CB so that it comes out from the windshield, is above the mirror so it doesn't block my view, and be very, very usable. I like it in that location. But what about building the bracket? Well, what do you know? Glenn has spent the morning building and painting a mounting bracket for this radio. So these two holes will bolt into, those two threaded holes in the windshield frame, which of course is at an angle. But so I've got this thing at a correct angle to hold that radio either level or slightly down on this end, coming down to me a little bit. So it's all out of steel, looks pretty good. I didn't video the fabrication. I'll just show you the end result. Everybody fabricobbles at a different skill set, but essentially it's going to go on from this angle, like so. Line the holes up. Got plenty of room, and I'll be able to adjust the radio at an angle that works best for me. So what do you say let's put that bracket in? Alright, it's the next day. I went ahead and hooked this radio up to the little magnetic mount antenna I've got on the roof. It'll function anyway. I know I got it on weather radio right now. Oh, not without the key on.
162.475 megahertz near Salem, Oregon. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service in Portland, Oregon.
Haven't heard anybody out there yet or anything. But anyway, for the moment I just made a cigarette lighter plug and plugged it in, because I'm thinking about how I'm going to do exterior lights. I want to do all the wiring one time coming up to here. So I'm going to run with that. It's going to bug me here for a few days till I figure out what I want and order up the parts. What I need to do next is mount antennas. So the tracker, as I explained earlier, it's got these curves right here which allows airflow inside the hood, or probably air to escape. And that leaves an opportunity to make a mount on both sides. So look what I made today. A couple of these guys. So they're roughed out now. I got the hole drilled for the antenna itself, and going to utilize 2 of these inner fender bolts to hold that mount. Now it's kind of recessed a little bit, so I'm going to have to stack some washers up so when I tighten it down, it just comes tight onto this part of the fender and is sturdy. There's the other one. So let's line these screws up there, something like that. And that's what that'll look like. And it'll come outside the body. And that's where the 4-foot whip will attach. So for the moment, I ordered up a cable for one antenna. And I think I'll just hook one of them up for now. And then as things progress, I might replace the 2 whips and get a dual antenna mount. I know it's not optimal, they're fairly close together, but I've run them before at this width quite successfully. So that'll be good. I'm not really sure if there's much CB activity in my area. I'm going to find that out over the next few days. If there is, we'll go farther. We'll spend some money. If not, no reason to go crazy, just to have a really cool radio that'll walk and talk with the best of them, but there's nobody to talk to. For now, it's just more of an emergency type response. It's kind of my bug out kind of vehicle, or search and rescue kind of vehicle, or whatever you want to call it. We're still leaving it real stock because it's also our tow vehicle for the bus. So it has to perform lots of different things. The bus has a CB in it, so if we're somewhere and I'm running around in this, I could talk back to the bus as well. Or if we're organizing something or whatever, that's what it's all about. So I'm going to grind these edges, make it not so sharp, and put some paint on it. And tomorrow we'll install it. We'll do that. All right, catch you tomorrow. All right, it's the next day, and the brackets are dry. Just shot them with some Rust-Oleum black. And now we got to pull these bolts out, get it bolted in place, put the antenna on, and then I have the coax ordered, and it's gonna the type that has a PL259 connector already on it, and it's just gonna route back into there through a rubber grommet under the dash, and then up the A pillar and across the top of the windshield frame to the radio. I ordered a 12-foot piece. It's gonna be a little long, but that'll be great. It won't be here for a few days, so you'll have to trust me. I can do that on my own. We'll pull these screws out for these bolts. They're really short. I mean, they're like 3/8 of an inch long. So there's no room for a bracket and a spacer under them. So I got some other bolts. What I'm going to use, I have some stainless steel nuts. These are 1/2-inch stainless steel nuts. I'm going to use those as spacers. I did the other side earlier today so I could figure out what that spacer looks like. So we'll just use those like that. Got these bolts. They're metric. They're an M6, and these are like 1.25 inches long, or whatever the metric equivalent of that is. Oh, near seems a little tough, don't lie. Hope it don't cross thread. Right in. There we go. Now we got to put the mount on. Thing to be aware of is these nylon isolators. I'm going to order a bunch of these online probably today. When I took these antenna apart, these are some used ones that I got at yard sales or something over the years. I've never used them till now. One of them only had one isolator in it, which means it was grounded out. It couldn't have worked and it would have fried your radio. So you got to be real careful about these. And these are showing signs of age. So I really don't want to run them too long. They're okay. Anyway, but we got to have one on the top and one on the bottom. And then this is the type that takes the PL259. And then it has that 3/8 fine threaded stud up the other side. So we'll put the stud up from the bottom, like so, and then we'll put the antenna nut down from the top, and we'll tighten her up. 5/8 wrench gets this one, and something bigger than that on the other side. I'll have to get another one. A bigger wrench. We'll tighten that up in a second. We'll put the whip antenna on it. These aren't going to match side to side exactly, but they're really close. Nobody will know the difference but me. Alright, the antenna's a 1/2 inch wrench. And they still need a bigger one for the other side. Hang on, I'll go get one. Right, I grabbed a metric crescent wrench. Should fit. Tighten up the whole apparatus. Don't go too crazy tight on those nylons or you'll break them. And there we go. That looks good. Let me back you up here. Alright, that looks good. It rained, it thunderstormed all night last night. It's awesome. So here's how it comes through the fender there. Plenty of clearance up and down. Again, I've got coax coming. It'll just pop out there, run underneath and run inside the cab. We'll get it routed around. This one I put together without that isolator, purposely, because I'll remind myself it doesn't have one, because it only had half of one. So I put the half on the bottom so I could see that that's metal to metal, and that would ground it out. So the second antenna is here kind of to balance out the system, make it look good on the truck. And in case I ever put another type of radio in, the GMSR or whatever, then there's second antenna. I may also hook it up as a dual antenna to the CB radio one day, as I've had on other rigs. So anyway, I can't really hook that one up till my coax comes in, so I guess we'll end the video here. Appreciate you guys watching, commenting, subscribing, hang around the channel, jump into a playlist or two and watch some other videos. That'd be awesome. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out the door, and we'll catch you on the next video.